Okay, let's go ahead and get started. All right, how are we doing tonight? Okay, welcome back. I don't like that right there. Let's put this here. Okay, welcome back to another night of BrandU. If you're new here, welcome in, and if you're coming back, welcome back. Okay, tonight, well, this whole week we have been covering positioning yourself and your business for premium. Okay, positioning yourself as premium. That's been our theme for the week. As you know, last week we went over very foundational things that are so important as we go into this week's topics. And on Monday, we were able to talk about foundations of positioning yourself from premium. Yesterday, we were able to talk about content and what premium content looks like. Tonight, we'll be going over offers and sales and building premium offers that actually attract clients and the right mindset to have about them. Tomorrow, we'll be going over marketing and branding as far as marketing your premium service and offer. And Friday, I'll be doing a live Q&A. So if you have questions, make sure you send me an email at BrandU@anilafulton.com. If you can't see it, I'll also drop it in the chat. Okay, BrandU@anilafulton.com. Let me erase this. This from yesterday. We don't even need that right there. Boom. Okay. Also, as you know, our workbook for BrandU is the Service-Based Business Survival Guide. It has everything in it that you need. This is going to be your $10 workbook for BrandU. It's going to have all the foundations. After you fill this out, everything else that we cover is going to make sense. Obviously, we did cover this 2 weeks ago and last week a little bit. We're covering it a little bit this week. So we really touch on everything inside of this book. There's templates, charts, and I give you a little bit about my story. So you have examples on what to follow. Yeah. So let's go ahead and hop right on in. If you are a service provider and you're in the room, welcome to Brand University Night School for Service-Based Business Owners. So if you're a hairstylist, esthetician, a plumber, an electrician, whatever the case may be, welcome in. So Monday night, we discussed how clients decide before they ever ask your price. Tuesday, we talked about content. So like how your messaging reinforces that premium positioning every single day on your social media, our digital resume. And tonight we're talking about how we're going to structure it, because premium positioning without structure, it's just not a good business model. And that means something is missing. So we're going over positioning, content, and offer structure tonight. And you can't speak like a premium brand and sell like a discount brand, you know? So we want to make sure everything is on the same page and everything is consistent within our brand. If your positioning, oh no, my tongue is tied. If your positioning is elevated, but your offer is very vague, and there's some disconnect there. There was some disconnect in the foundational process, and your clients are going to feel that. And also, we've been working on seeing things from a client perspective, because like I said the other night, what we think a client might want might not always be what that client wants. And most service providers, they are so great at doing their service, but the business part is hard. So that's why we're here. We're here to structure our businesses properly to bring in more clients. So let's go ahead and hop right in tonight. When we do premium packages are going to be structured, right? They're going to be clear, intentional, outcome based, and then time and result bound, right? These are like the 4 aspects of a premium offer, a great premium offer, right? Like premium offers, you're not going to just throw it out there and see how it goes. And obviously there will be a testing phase with your offer, but you've put, you know that when I see your offer, I should know that you've put a lot into it, right? Premium offers don't have hourly access or undefined timelines. We should know exactly what they get, how much time they get, and it shouldn't have endless customizations, because then you won't have any business boundaries, and that's a whole nother story for another day. But premium clients really want direction. They want you to walk it through walk them through whatever they're doing step by step, or they want you to do it for them. They're paying you for convenience. We pay others for convenience, right? They don't want to, they want to step into something that's already done for them, basically, that's already proven that they know it's going to work. The risk is gone, correct? Yes. And when your offer feels structured, it signals that this is something that you've done before, or that you've been doing, or that you've got a lot of results from, and that you're an expert at what you do. So, for example, if I am let's say I'm a hairstylist, and I say, okay, well, not a hairstylist, let's just say I'm a service provider, and I tell people that my services are $150 per session, right? What does that mean? It's transactional, and it gives people access to your time, right? So say $150 per hour, and they get access to your time. But if you compare that to, you get a 3-month color maintenance plan designed for professionals who want healthy, low maintenance hair without frequent appointments. Now this is a better offer because it gives them a timeline. It gives them exactly what they're going to get, and they know that they won't have to have frequent, why am I stuttering so much tonight? Frequent appointments, okay? So, let's go ahead and, because I want you to remove the hourly thinking from our mind, because that's what I was trying to get with that last thing. I don't want us to keep thinking about hourly thinking, because we don't want to sell time, we want to sell a transformation. Does that make sense? When you sell hours, you cap yourself. And you know that you can easily, and I'm pretty sure some of you have experienced burnout just from working too many hours. And when you work too many hours, I mean, okay, so you know exactly how much you're going to make. You say, okay, I take 5 clients, I'll make this amount of money in this many hours. So that means I can only take this many clients a week because I only have this many hours a week, right? So I can only make this amount of money every week. That makes sense, right? When you think hourly, you say my time is worth this much. But when you premium think, you say the result is worth this much. So for example, instead of saying $75 per hour, right? That invites, well, I want you to compare that to, let's say you have a 12-week transformation program for busy professionals who want measurable fat loss and strength gains without a 6-day gym schedule, right? Now personal trainers, instead of $75 an hour or $75 per session, you're giving them a 12-week transformation program, and you charge them for the entire program instead of charging them hourly. Does that make sense? And then they sign up for their sessions, whether that be you do small group, whatever you do, but that is what they'd be paying for. So they'd be measuring results instead of measuring sessions. They wouldn't say, okay, I got 5 sessions. No, they'd say, okay, in 12 weeks, this is the result I'm planning to get. And I want you to know that if your offer is structured around your time, you'll always feel pressure. But if your offer is structured around transformation, it'll feel a little bit more like you've positioned it for premium. Okay? And then another thing, we want to sell, and did I put this up here? I didn't. We want to sell, hold on. We want to sell outcomes instead of access. And I mean, I should have wrote that up here, but I didn't. It's okay. We want to sell outcomes instead of access. With access, you give them calls, sessions, messages. You give them your availability. But when you give them outcomes, you give them clarity, confidence, clear skin, weight loss, increased bookings, all the things, right? So you want to sell the outcome to them, right? People don't buy access. They don't buy access to you. They buy the weight loss. They buy the clear skin. They buy the healthy hair. They buy those things, but they don't actually buy access. They buy the result that you're selling. And even then, premium clients want to know, like, if I use you for your services, what's going to change in my life? Like, how long does it take? How convenient is it? What does success look like? So as a business owner, you always want to give them a small win to get them to book the next package, or to get them to, stay and continue to rebook as your client. But if your offer doesn't clearly answer those questions, they're going to hesitate. And why do people hesitate? Because there's a risk, there's not a clear outcome, or they just don't fully trust the business model. So I want to tie this back to earlier this week. If your positioning says premium but your offer is vague, then it's not going to feel clear across the board. Your brand isn't going to feel consistent across the board. Consistency is going to build trust with your ideal client. What they see repetitively, they will start to believe, and they will start to position you in their mind as an expert, right? Okay, let me see. Now, when it comes to premium clients, they decide a lot faster, right? Because they value their time, they value clarity, they expect professionalism from you, and they move with intention. They don't have time to waste. So they're not waiting to be convinced. If your offer is structured clearly, your content backs that up, they move quickly. They really want to get in and get the service done. But if your service feels scattered, they'll hesitate and they'll go to somebody else whose offer feels a little bit clearer and put together. And I want you to know that when you're creating your offer, you should be thinking about your ideal client, obviously, and be thinking of it from their perspective. But also, like I said earlier, you want something that's measurable, time or result bound, clear, intentional, and outcome based. You want to be able to provide them with those things in one sentence so they understand. Now, you see, when I tell you things, I always tell you to make it vague, put it in one sentence. Because people don't have all day. We move in a fast-paced society. People do not have all day. And they really want to see, is this for me or is it not? And if it is for them, okay, now let me see what their social media looks like. Now let me see what their pricing is like. Now we move on to the next steps. But if our offer is never clear, we never get to those next steps, right? And I want you to know, like, when you're creating your offer, I know there's a lot of competition in all of these industries, but I want you to know that there's enough money in this world for everybody to have more than enough, right? But what you believe about money has everything to do with how much money you make. So if you charge a lower price because you think that you shouldn't be charging what everybody else in your industry is charging, then you'll only ever make a certain amount of money. You're capping yourself with a certain amount of money. But if you believe money is scarce, then you'll basically structure yourself as smaller than everybody else in your industry. You want to be competitive. You want to be competitive. If you believe that the opportunity is there, you'll think about abundance. You'll think about abundance. You'll think about all of the things that you can have. And in life, you often get what you look for, with a little prayer, of course, but you often get what you look for. And if you look for limitation, you find it. And I hate to say that, but if you look for possibility, you'll find that too. And like I was talking about yesterday, you know, reading books really expands your mind, and you'll be able to ask the right questions and create the right offers. I know that, like I was saying yesterday, we should invest in ourselves and invest in a lot of different things. But if that's too expensive for you, literally, like I said yesterday, pick up a book. Pick up a book on the top people in your industry, what they're doing, how they scaled their businesses. Pick up a book and read it. And then I want you to know that there is, and a lot of people don't think like this, but there's power in long-term thinking. Like, I want you to use more forward thinking. Think 3 to 5 years. Where do you want your business to be in 3 to 5 years? Do you even know if your business will be in business in 3 to 5 years? Are you setting up the structures and putting them in place, the offers in place for your business to, you know, still be running in that long? Because I often think about my life 5 to 10 years down the line, and then I write it down. I write goals down, and then I make a plan. I reverse engineer it. I make a plan for me to get from here to there, wherever that is. And I want you to do the same for your business. So today I want you to ask yourself, like, what do I want my business to look like in the next 3 to 5 years, right? What do you want that to look like? If you feel like you want your business to be making $1 million in the next 3 to 5 years, then we need to be positioning ourselves for premium. We need to be making those offers, creating those foundations, creating that content now. Because everything that you don't do now, you'll regret later, and you wish you'd started today. Even if it's ugly, even if it's imperfect, start now. Like in 3 to 5 years, you might want freedom. You might want to retire. You might want a team. You might want, you know, fewer clients at a higher rate. But if you don't start positioning yourself for those things right now, then it's going to be a lot harder as society progresses, as social media and the algorithm progresses, as things change. It's going to be a lot harder. So you might as well do it now with what you have. you might even just want your time back, and it might not even be about, having more clients, but it might just be you having your time back, which comes with hiring a team or finding or using your business funds to fund whatever you think is going to get you your time back, whether that be real estate, stock investments, whatever the case may be. But if you want the future, you must structure for it today. You must structure today. Well, you must structure your business today in order to be able to support that future that you want. So I want you to think 3 to 5 years down the line and reverse engineer it. And then I want you to come back and start writing out your offers. What offer is going to last you the longest? What offer is going to make you the most money? What offer is going to help the most people? Right? Thinking long term has been such a big thing. It also requires a lot of patience, but we'll talk about that another day. Because you want it all right now after you write it down, especially as business owners, being a forward thinker, you want it all right now. And that's not the case. But you build it with a long-term vision. And that's where growth happens. You start working towards it. You start planning towards it. But premium structure, premium, positioning yourself from premium begins with a foundation. And if you really want help organizing that, again, you can DM me the word ebook for the $10 service-based business survival guide. Y'all, tonight I'm tired. Woo! But anyways, you can grab this for $10, and it literally has all the charts and templates in it. It's an ebook. Or you can send me the word community. You can join our community. We have a call once a month. Let me see what else. And our content club enrollment is happening on the 9th. But if you want to join in and get early access, because I'm only taking a few people, if you want to get early access, send me a DM with the word content, and we can chat more and get you an application filled out to be able to be a part of that for our next cohort. And it is going to last 6 weeks. So if you learned something tonight, even if it was just the fact that you need to pick up a book, or that you need to position yourself from premium, or if you just need to find premium clients, if you learned something tonight, drop a 1 in the chat. I want to see that you learned something. And tomorrow we will be going over marketing and branding. So I hope to see y'all here, and I will talk to y'all then. Bye.